In this video, I'm going to show you why the fruit that you're producing in your life, which is your level of happiness, the amount of success that you're having in your business, quite possibly the success you're having in some of your most important and vital and closest relationships, the success that you're having or not having financially, success in your production, success in your free time, the amount of free time that you have. So I'm going to show you how we can change this. If this were this tree of life, let's say. Now, there are some individuals who have trees, they've grown something in life, but it has no fruit on it, right? So they're in constant struggle. They tend to just, if they do build something, they tend to burn it to the ground. If they really struggle in relationships, there's just no financial security with them. So think of it like that. Like, some people are growing something, but it's just like twigs. There's no fruit. So how do we increase the amount of fruit that we can produce in our lives? So the fruit down here, let's say, the fruit that you're actually looking to produce would be like, let's say, love. Not that you have to produce much to have love in your life. However, the closeness and the amount of happiness that can be produced by that loving relationship is on a spectrum, let's say. If you want just overwhelming, abundant love in your relationship, then I'm going to show you how to get that. Then there's financial, of course. People will say, like, money isn't everything, but money is it's an inevitable part of our lives, but it's also vital to the type of life that we're living. And the more that we can match, it doesn't have to be exactly matched, but the more that we can match the life that we live, that we designed, with the amount of money that's required to live that life from the design that we installed, then the happier you're going to be. It doesn't have to be a mansion in the hills. It can literally be a cabin in the woods. It's whatever you want. This is where we tend to lean towards what society tells us is successful. You have to make that decision for yourself of what makes you happy. And it's not always what society deems as being successful or being happy, right? You make the decision. So then there's also, let's just say, I don't know how to write this exactly, but we'll go like this. Like a heartbeat, right? So there's health. So health, wealth, love, and happiness, right? Health, wealth, love, and happiness. That is the fruits that we're trying to produce more of. I think I probably speak for all of us when I say that you would all like to produce more of these things in your life. Increased, more vitality and energy to bring in our life, and joy to bring to our life, and happiness, and fun, and laughter, and love, and having enough money to do the things that we want to do in life, or the things that we would like to experience in life. So I think I'm pretty safe when I say that everybody would love more of these things. Now, how do we get more of those things? Well, I know that you're taking action of some kind. Like you'd have to do just literally nothing to produce nothing. And some of this stuff, you may not have to do anything and still have some of these things. But if you want more of them, it's going to lie in the actions that we're willing to take. The reason that the roots of a tree, that's what produces the fruits. Like, if you just cut off all water, all nutrients to the roots of the tree would die. So we need to make sure that we're watering and feeding the roots in our lives so that we can get more of the fruits in our lives. So what do the roots consist of? Well, I'm here to tell you that a commitment, a dream, goals, that's one of the roots. Another root would be, another very important root would be courage. You know, a lot of people they're not making the kind of money that they would like to make. They're not nearly as happy as they could be in life. They're not as healthy as they could be. They're not have that loving, close relationship, the type that they really want, because they don't have the courage to have conversations. They don't have the courage to speak up for themselves. They don't have the courage to speak from their heart and just be authentic and real about what it is that you want with other people. Another one would be just focus, being able to focus. And there's a lot of people who I can post shorts on this channel and they get all kinds of views, thousands of views. But I post a long form video and nobody's watching. And if the couple of people that I do watch, if you look at the watch time, and I've got another YouTube channel that I post on, and people aren't watching. So if you're not going to watch, if you're not going to learn, then you have no focus. Because if you want to produce more of this in your life, you have to pay the price of paying attention and learning to things. You're going to have to trade some money to buy courses, to go to seminars and events, to buy books, to buy audio books, to buy, to get inside of cohorts with other people, whether it be in person or online. Like you have to do that if you want more things, if you want things to improve in your life. Another route would be your psychology. So this is like what's going on in our minds. There's the story of the Indian, the grandpa. He's an Indian, and he's telling a story to his grandson, and he says, "Grandson, there inside of my mind there are two wolves, and they're at constant battle. One wolf is greedy, and he's mean, and he's full of anger and hate. And the other wolf is full of love and patience and empathy." And and the grandson says, "Well, which wolf will win?" And the grandpa says, "The one that I feed." So you have to feed the wolf, the good wolf, right? Feed the right wolf, which is psychology. You have to catch your negative thinking patterns. I've done lots of other videos about reprogramming your mind on this channel. You got to reprogram your mind. This is not a one-time event. It's something you never stop doing. You do for the rest of your life if you want to produce more fruit in your life. Some of the other things are like grit. Another thing would be necessity. This is a psychological thing typically, but it has to be like necessary. You have to make that thing that you want. If you want more money, if you want better health, if you want more happiness and travel, if you want more love, it has to be a necessity. You have to make it a necessity, which means that you have to make that thing bigger than all of the other crap that's going on in your life. Because every time you choose that stuff over what you truly want, then you're making the wrong decision. And it's simply a choice. To have more love in your life is a choice. To have more money in your life is a choice. Or to increase your net worth is a choice. To get healthy and fit is a choice. To be happy is a choice each and every day. You can choose to be sad and miserable and scared and fearful, or you can choose to be happy and hopeful and joyful and full of energy. It's completely up to you every single day. You have to make the right choice. Another thing that's in the roots is your personal development, which, personal development is a big overarching thing, but personal development is another thing. That's not something that is just a one and done thing. You don't read one book and then stop. You don't listen to one podcast and stop. No, you continue searching for, how can I improve myself? How could I show up differently? How could I change my communication? How could I change the way my actions on a daily basis so that I'm taking the right steps, I'm doing the right things to get more of what I actually want in life? Another thing would be your, I'm not going to say mindset, but I'm going to say physiology. Physiology is just how you show up physically each and every day. Like, you can choose to, the mind follows the body. So if you just want to get more energy or have more energy, then start acting like you have more energy. And all of a sudden your mind starts believing that, hey, this dude's got more energy. Like, he's bringing more to the table today. Let's go get it. So there's all kinds of things that, if you want the fruit, more fruit in your life, you have to get these right. And there's more. This is like, you're never done. Like, you're never done providing nutrients and water to the roots of your life that produce all the fruit. As a matter of fact, I've been teaching and consulting and training business owners for the last 7 years. And I've been a business owner myself. I've been independent, like I've been self-employed for over 17 years now. And one of the things that I can tell you that I always find with business owners is I can give you the best strategies on the planet to stop feeling so stressed and overwhelmed and inconsistent, and to gain more of your free time, double or triple or quadruple your income. Like, I can give you the best strategies on the planet. But if your roots aren't prepared, if you don't have the courage to do so, if you don't have the right mindset to do so, if you don't have the grit, the determination, the ambition, the focus, the drive, if you don't have those things, you will not implement the strategy. I don't care if it will quadruple the amount of money that you make this year. You simply won't do it if you're missing that root. The root has to be fixed first. Once you fix the root, everything else starts to come afterwards. That's why I'm a firm believer, and this is just the truth. So the truth is the truth. It doesn't matter if I believe it. It doesn't matter if you believe it. It's just fact and truth that all roads to building your business, all roads to having better relationships, all roads to earning more money and being fit or being healthy, they all lead to personal development. The truth is the truth. So start watering and feeding nutrients to your personal development. If you want things to change in your life, if you want to produce more fruit in your life, you have to constantly be in a mindset state of never-ending improvement. You're never finished. You're never done. You can always be better. You can always do better. And there's nothing wrong with what you're doing right now. I'm not saying that that what you're doing is completely wrong. I'm just saying, whatever you're doing, however far this has taken you, there's another level. And it's worth pursuing. And it's worth taking some action, learning some more in your life, and continuing to step forward into it. And if you keep doing that, pretty soon, I'm telling you, your whole entire life will transform right before your eyes. And you're going to say, Kelley, oh my God, Coach Kelley, I'm so glad that I did it. So if you would like help to transform your life so you could have better health, more happiness, more free time, more money, more joy and love and energy, all of those things, then reach out to me. Be sure to join one of our classes. I'll show you how to gain back a bunch of your free time so that you can have more time. I say gain back your free time. I should say take more control over your time. so that you can implement this part, and then just watch what happens in your life. I'll see you on the next video. This is your moment. Boom.